So this is take 96 or so. Anyway, let's get started recording. Hey guys, this is Daniel, aka Rabbit in the Forums. I currently have a build thread going. This is the Lascivious Laser Blue NB2. I saw that we were doing some videos, some quarantine videos. I thought it was a great idea, so I thought I would participate. So not very good at videos. I'm even worse at speaking, so let's see if we can get through this. What can I say about Laser? I purchased this car probably about a year and a half ago or more from an older gentleman who only owned the car for about 3 or 4 months before he decided that his knee wasn't up to rolling a gearbox. So he advertised it for sale as a dark blue Miata, which is and he was about 2 hours away from me. Of course, we go look at it. Car's completely stock, which I could not believe. On top of that, it was a genuine laser blue car that not only was laser blue, but also had the black top and black interior. So I was just in awe of the car automatically. On top of that, it didn't have the Tupperware or the OEM. Maybe it's not polite to call it Tupperware, but it didn't have the OEM side skirts, which they drill into the rockers for. So, you know, I was already all about this car. Only deal with it is there was really nothing special about this car except for the simple fact that it was laser blue. It was a base model car, and the only thing it actually did have that didn't come on base cars was it had the limited slip differential. So that was a pleasant surprise. Here comes a motorcycle, so I'll wait for him to go by. So besides that, to really understand, so there was only, as far as I know, there's only about 151 laser blue cars in the country, right? On top of that, you limit that number down to probably around 50 or so that actually were laser blue and had black interior, and probably even less than that had laser blue black interior with black top and no Tupperware. So she is a rare bird indeed. But to say that it was a stock Miata, it needed a lot of work. Of course, a lot of cleanup was involved. So that's largely what has been done to the car so far, is just really getting it up to what I would consider par for a car or a Miata. So there's been a couple things done to the paint just to get it ready, just basic things, nothing that was too harsh, but just to get it as good looking as I could. And as far as modifications, so there are still a lot of other plans for this car. We'll just go over kind of what I've done so far. First things first, we did the roll bar by Blackbird Fabworks. Their GT3 bar in brilliant silver. I think it contrasts with the color amazingly. And it's really a nice piece all in all, though it is a bit pricey. And if I had to say, if I had to do it over again and it was on any other car other than Laser, I'd probably just do a hard dog and have it painted in silver or something, or powder coat it in silver, because the price is just very expensive. And plus we're in North Carolina, so we're really close to Bethania, as opposed to Blackbird, which I believe is in California. But being in North Carolina and talking about Bethania Garage brings me to Martha, who made this very awesome roll bar cover. It's leather cover with padding, and I actually, what I did was I saw Adam from Rev Limiters post about his GT3 bar and him having a cover for, which I had to have. So after reading his article, which was awesome, I got in contact with Martha at Bethania, who was very happy to accommodate me. She was very easy to work with and just an amazing person in general. She just did an amazing job. She made this and had it shipped within like 2 days or something. I had it within the week after ordering. I dealt with her primarily through email, but she was just amazing. I really wish I had just bought one of their roll bars from her after receiving that level of service from her. I can't say enough good things about them. Anyways, moving on. Wheels, I actually chose to do the RPF ones in a 15x8 plus 28. And the fitment on those are very good for a lowered car. And they're currently wrapped in the Continental Extreme Contact Sports, I believe they're called, which is it's a pretty sticky tire for a street driven car, I would say, especially with a low horsepower car like the Miata, but it is more than adequate for street driving, and it's fun for spirited and performance driving as well, because it still allows the car to get out relatively easy. So, and I'll give you kind of a look at those, how those like look on the sides of the car. Really like them. I've never had a set of RPF ones before, so I was really happy with that purchase. I can say that. People are always like, RPF ones are on every car, this, that, and the other. I really don't see them that much, honestly. And I think largely it's a matter of personal preference, what you like. So these are in silver. Of course, they have like an awesome color in RPF ones called SBC or Special Brilliant Coat, I believe is what it's called. Those would also look amazing. I love seeing those. So what else has been done? Of course, there's just been little details done on the front end. I had a spare set of reflector lights, which I color matched just because I wanted to get rid of the yellow on the front bumper. Mixed reviews on that, right? I think it looks as good as it can. But, like I said, it is what it is. It's mixed reviews. There's a front lip on it that is not a genuine lip, of course, because there's just no point in paying all this money for lips that oftentimes get ripped off or damaged anyways. I've also painted the tow hooks, which has also received mixed reviews. I kind of like it, but like I said, it's the little details. I'm not trying to get too crazy on a car like this. I just want it to be a really clean and respectable build. The headlights are stock. There's been debate on whether I'm going to open those up and paint those black or not, but I kind of like the charm of just the stock lights. Something about them and the way they look on the car right now. They'll probably stay that way for just a little longer, but we'll see. What else? We can move to the interior. The rear really hasn't had anything done to it. There are plans for that in the near future. I've got a spoiler picked out, which is going to be in the build thread, and there's some other goodies that I'm probably going to end up getting to spice up the back end just a bit. Just because I feel like the stock taillights are a bit blobby. They look fine, I think, but at the same time, like, if I was going to nitpick it, I would say they look a bit blobby. Maybe something will change there. Not really sure yet. Undecided. Stock muffler, full stock exhaust still. The other thing I really don't like is the chrome fuel door. I think that's just an eyesore on the car, really. I will be replacing that and painting, a laser blue fuel door at some point. So as far as the interior goes, it's also completely stock. Overall, was in very good condition. It's a little dirty right now, and I apologize for that. The only thing that was really even kind of damaged is the driver's seat, which is showing a little bit of wear. Nothing really deal breaking, obviously, but it will be fixed at some point. I did, of course, choose to go and deal with Adam at Rev Limiter to do some semi-custom gauges. And these are really awesome. I really enjoyed these. I enjoyed the whole process. Dealing with Adam was really easy. The color scheme was a little more of a hard sell for me. I had to do a bunch of photoshopping to decide whether I liked the color or not. And ultimately, once I got it all together in the car, it was amazing. I really enjoy these. They're just playful enough to not take themselves too seriously, but I think the color scheme is classy enough that it fits the car and fits the personality of, I don't want to call it a build necessarily, but maybe my vision of the car. So I'm going to pop the hood here real quick, and we can take a look underneath. Don't get car sick here, guys. I'll turn you upside down. Okay. So the car largely is stock at this point. It's been a lot of just housekeeping, cleaning things up that were very dusty. Like I said, this was completely untouched when I got the car. So there was a lot of patina and rust on the car. Pretty much have gone through a lot of that at this point and cleaned it up so that it at least looks respectable when you pop the hood. Suspension, the bits that stand out, the bright orange Zetas. Can't say enough about the Zetas. They are great. I went with the 700/400 spring rates and was very concerned with ride quality on a daily basis. And I can say that they ride firm, but they're still very comfortable for someone like me who was pretty concerned about ride quality. I'm very happy with that purchase. I think they do everything I want them to do when I want them to do it. So I can daily this thing without breaking my spine. I can spiritly drive it and feel much more confident in controlling the car. And I can also go to autocrosses or any open track days and feel competent. Not to say that the stock car is not, because I love a stock Miata and the way it rolls about and just kind of bellows around everything. I think it's awesome. Plans for this, it will get Roadtrex at some point. That's all I'll really say about it right now. At some point it will be a Roadtrex, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there. There's a few other things that need to get done first. What else can be said about this really, besides that I'm just trying to get a very clean base point for the car. There are a few other bits that are not on the car currently. I've got factory sports brakes that are going to be going on it very, very soon. I also have the factory sports bracing that will be going on the car to help stiffen it up a little bit. You can see the bread down there. I did upgrade the front sway, which is just stiff enough and harsh enough to make me stutter in this video. So be aware of that. The sway bar definitely adds to the harshness that I just wasn't expecting on this car. At first I thought maybe it was the Zetas, but it turns out that I really believe it's largely the sway bar that's causing more of the issue than anything. Though I wanted a more tail-happy experience, and it has definitely provided that. So other than that, guys, that's really Bulma at this point. Let me put the hood down. Look at that fancy skyline. I'll do one last walk around of her. And there will definitely be more coming in this build thread. She's not quite where I want her to be, but she is getting closer by the day. And if this quarantine holds out much longer, good gracious, she might be done. Anyways, I hope I didn't bore you guys too much. We'll see you later.